I'm like his little assistant because like whenever he have like a video shoot or he go to the studio, I just probably like, hey, do you need something to eat? You need something to drink? I can't go in there later on bars for him, so I kind of just be like, do you need me to do anything? And when he has a video shoot, if he got to switch outfits, so like I fold his clothes up, I make sure I get behind the scene content. I do little stuff like that, but I be staying out the way, but I be helping too, where it's like, okay, I did something great for him today.
I love that. And how do you support her?
If she's fighting, and you gotta take my word for it, it's footage. I'm the water boy, you know what I'm saying? If she's recording music, I'm the engineer. Whatever she's doing, you know what I mean? I'm the co.
Y'all, the tea is hot today, and I mean boiling, because Papoose and Claressa Shields just dropped an interview that got the entire internet talking. This ain't just about love, this is about loyalty, respect, and how to keep your relationship solid when the world's watching your every move. And let me tell y'all, the way they spoke from the heart, whew, it's given realness, it's given maturity, and it's giving black love energy at its finest. Now y'all know Papoose, the hip-hop husband every woman on the timeline calls the standard. The man who stood by Remy Ma through thick and thin, holding her down while she did time and never once switching up. And Claressa Shields, the boxing queen herself. A woman who's fought her way from the streets of Flint, Michigan, to being one of the most powerful and outspoken female athletes alive. So when these two came together for an interview to talk about relationships, everyone sat up straight. Because if Papoose and Claressa are talking love, you know it's about to be deep. The interview started off calm, smiles, laughs, a little bit of friendly energy between them. But it didn't take long before they got into the real talk. Claressa leaned forward and said, "People think love is just about passion. Not. It's about discipline. It's about choosing each other every day, even when you're tired, even when you're mad." Y'all, the way she said that, the comment section lit up instantly. Folks were like, "Claressa preaching like she in church." And then Papoose, smooth as always, came in with his calm, thoughtful tone. He said, "Loving about what you can get. It's about what you can build. And if you ain't building, you wasting time." Whew. Let's be real, that man been the blueprint for how to treat a woman, and he keeps proving why. But here's where the tea started to simmer, because fans started noticing the chemistry between Papoose and Claressa. Some were praising the interview, saying it's great to see two powerful people talking about healthy love and emotional balance. But others? Y'all know how social media gets. The whispers started flying. Why Papoose talking about relationships like this and not mentioning Remy Ma? Why Claressa looking at him like that? And baby, once those comments hit the blogs, it was chaos. The blog started posting clips out of context. One page even titled it, "Papoose gets too comfortable talking love with Claressa Shields." Fans started dissecting every look, every laugh, every little pause, but in reality, what people missed was that this interview was deeper than gossip. It was about growth, maturity, and experience. Still, the speculation didn't stop. A so-called inside source claimed that Claressa had reached out to Papoose for advice months ago when she was going through something personal in her relationship. According to this anonymous source, that's when the two started bonding over shared values. Both of them have fought to protect their peace in industries full of chaos. And y'all, when two strong souls connect over that kind of realness, people notice. Claressa even mentioned during the interview that she'd learned the importance of patience and communication. She said, "I used to think if we arguing, it's over. But now I see it's about how we argue. It's about staying respectful even when you disagree." Papoose nodded like he'd lived that truth. Because we all know he's seen the highs and lows of fame and love and somehow kept his family together through it all. Then, as if things weren't emotional enough, Papoose started talking about how public attention can destroy a relationship if you let it. He said, "When people start watching your love like it's a show, you gotta protect it even harder, because not everyone watching wants to see it win." And y'all, that's when Claressa got quiet. Her eyes got misty, and she said, "That part right there hit me hard." You could feel the energy shift. It wasn't just an interview anymore, it was therapy on camera. But of course, y'all know how the internet don't care about depth. They want drama. So when that emotional clip hit Twitter, everyone went wild. Half of the fans were in their feelings, posting heart emojis and calling it the most mature conversation about love ever. The other half, stirring the pot, saying things like, "Remy better keep an eye on her man," and Claressa giving side-eye energy. Then came the real twist. Rumors started spreading that Remy Ma herself had liked a shady comment under one of the clips. The comment said, This why married folks don't need to do love interviews with single people. And within minutes, screenshots started flying and the blogs went crazy. Y'all, if that's true, even for a second, it just added a whole new layer to the story. And while everyone was speculating online, Claressa decided to address it indirectly. She posted on her story, "Ain't nothing between me and nobody but respect and mutual goals. The world too quick to twist positive energy into mess." That's when Papoose reposted it with a little caption, "Real recognize real." And whew, y'all, that had folks losing it all over again. Still, beyond the gossip and the viral mess, there was something undeniably inspiring about the way they both handled the attention. Instead of feeding into drama, they doubled down on the message that love, whether romantic or platonic, requires respect, honesty, and consistency. Claressa even went on to say that so many people want love but don't want accountability. She said, "You can't just say you love someone and not show up for them when things get ugly. Love is action." Papoose nodded again, dropping his gem of wisdom. "It's about emotional fitness. You can't build a strong relationship if your mindset weak." And y'all, that line alone went viral. Over 1 million views in 24 hours. People started making TikToks and Reels quoting him, calling it the Papoose Principle. But behind the scenes, some folks were whispering that this whole interview might have been a quiet rebranding move for both of them. Industry insiders claim Claressa's team wanted to expand her image beyond boxing, to make her more relatable and marketable to wider audiences. And what better way to do that than through a conversation about love and emotional growth? Meanwhile, some say Papoose might be preparing for his next big media project focused on relationships and family values. So while fans are busy reading into every glance, the real play might just be business. Y'all, this is where it gets messy because when money, media, and emotions mix, things never stay simple for long. Still, what no one can deny is the impact this interview made. For days, it trended across social media. Relationship experts were reacting to it, podcasts were breaking it down. Even fans who usually focus on drama admitted it was refreshing to see two strong personalities speaking honestly about love and loyalty without sugarcoating it. By the end of the interview, Claressa looked at Papoose and said, "You know what's crazy? People think success ruins relationships, but sometimes it's just that people stop doing the small things." And Papoose replied, "Exactly. The day you stop showing appreciation is the day your relationship starts dying." That right there hit people in the chest. You could feel the emotion in the room. For a moment, the gossip, the speculation, the viral clips, none of it mattered. What mattered was the reminder that real love takes work. Now, of course, y'all know Gossip Glimpse TV gotta keep it real. There's always another layer. Some people online believe this interview might have been a subtle message to their partners or even the industry itself. Like, maybe they were both speaking from personal pain. Maybe they were reflecting on moments where loyalty got tested. Because when two people who have been through storms speak about healing, it's never just theory, it's lived experience. And y'all, let's not forget, Claressa has been open about dealing with toxic situations before, while Papoose's marriage has faced public scrutiny more than once. So when they talk about forgiveness and growth, that's not for clicks, that's coming from scars. By the time the interview wrapped up, everyone online was buzzing. The comments were full of fans saying, "This is the kind of energy we need in relationships. This gave me chills," and finally, some real talk instead of fake drama. But of course, y'all know how it goes. A few people still couldn't resist the mess. Some blogs started claiming that there were unreleased clips from the interview where Papoose allegedly opened up about relationship temptations in the industry. And if that's true, that could be a whole new storm waiting to hit the internet. Still, whether this was just a one-time collab or the start of something bigger, one thing's clear: the world's paying attention. Papoose and Claressa didn't just talk about love, they sparked a whole movement. A reminder that real love ain't just hashtags and cute pictures. It's about surviving the storms and still showing up for each other. So y'all better grab your popcorn because this story ain't done yet. If the rumors are true, the two might even be planning a follow-up segment, one focused entirely on how fame tests relationships. And if that happens, you know the internet gonna blow up again. But until then, this interview right here has already left its mark. Papoose and Claressa gave the world something we rarely see anymore: realness, vulnerability, accountability, and a reminder that even in a world of drama, loyalty still shines through. Because say what you want, y'all, this right here, this is how grown folks talk love.
Now, whether that like was real, a glitch, or some messy fan edit, it didn't matter. The damage was done. People started spinning narratives left and right. Some said Remy felt disrespected. Others claimed she was just playing along with the drama for fun. But y'all know how the internet works. Once folks think there's tension, it's a wrap. And then Claressa's PR team had to step in fast. Within hours, her rep released a statement saying, Claressa Shields has nothing but respect for Papoose and Remy Ma. The recent interview was meant to promote healthy conversations about love and personal growth, not gossip or controversy. But baby, that didn't stop the blogs from running wild. They started comparing clips, zooming in on Claressa's body language, slowing down her laugh, analyzing her tone. One TikTok even said, y'all, look how she looks at him right here. That's not a regular laugh. The conspiracy energy was real. Meanwhile, Papoose was silent. And y'all know silence in the middle of chaos? That just makes everything louder. He didn't post for 2 whole days, which only made people think something was going on behind the scenes. By day 3, Remy finally posted something. Not a statement, not a denial, but a quote on her story. It said, "Real women don't compete, we just adjust." And y'all already know what happened next. The internet broke. Everybody had something to say. Fans were like, oh, she talking about Claressa. She's subbing her man. Remy tired of playing nice. But others defended her, saying it was just a general post about women's empowerment. Still, the timing, too perfect, too pointed, too spicy. That's when insiders started talking. Word on the street, allegedly, was that Papoose and Remy had a tense argument about the interview. Not a full-blown fight, but enough for both of them to take some time apart and cool down. One source even claimed that Remy told him straight up, "You don't need to be doing emotional interviews with no other woman but me." And honestly, y'all, can you blame her? The world already knows how public marriages in this industry can get messy quick. All it takes is one clip, one rumor, one shady blog post, and suddenly people forget the years of loyalty that came before it. As for Claressa, she handled it like a champ. She didn't post any more quotes or clapbacks. Instead, she posted a workout clip with the caption, "Focus on what really matters. People will spend anything for clicks." Her fans applauded her for staying calm, but behind the scenes, her PR team was working overtime. They had to clean up headlines, pull back some sound bites, and redirect the conversation toward her upcoming fight promotion. Because let's be real, this story was starting to overshadow her athletic career, and her management was not having it. But here's the twist. Instead of dying down, the drama brought in new attention. Claressa's interview views tripled overnight. Papoose's name was trending again, and even Remy's old music started spiking in streams. The tea was messy, but it was also making everybody relevant again. A few days later, the 3 of them were spotted at the same event, not together, but in the same building. Cameras caught Remy and Papoose arriving separately, while Claressa showed up looking confident and unbothered. The tension in that room, you could cut it with a knife. Social media went insane. One fan tweeted, "They all in the same room, somebody better be filming this." Another said, "Remy smiled too tight, y'all. I can tell she ain't feeling this." But what shocked everyone was what happened next. Papoose finally broke his silence. He posted a video, calm, collected, classic Papoose energy. He said, "The internet loved to twist things, but I stand on respect. Every woman I ever shared space with, I've shown love and nothing but positive energy. Don't let gossip break what we build in real life." That statement alone shifted the tone online. Fans started praising him for staying mature and reminding people what grown man energy looks like. Claressa even commented under the post with a simple, "Respect always." And y'all, that one comment, just 2 words, restarted the entire rumor cycle all over again. The blogs were like, "Why she comment at all? Is that shade or support? Is Remy watching this?" It was like a never-ending loop of love, loyalty, and speculation. But the truth is, this whole situation showed how the media can twist positivity into chaos. One heartfelt conversation about healthy love turned into a full-blown gossip storm. Still though, deep down, fans couldn't help but feel inspired, because even through all the noise, the message from that interview stayed powerful. People kept sharing the clips of Papoose saying, "Love is what you build," and Claressa talking about choosing peace. It became bigger than the rumors. It became a movement. And y'all, that's the beauty of it. The internet can try to mess it up, twist it, turn it, and make it about drama, but real energy always shines through. Because when 2 people speak truth from the heart, even the gossip can't drown it out completely. So yeah, maybe the aftermath got wild, maybe the blogs got their clicks, and maybe the fans turned it into a circus. But what Papoose and Claressa gave us was something we don't see enough anymore: authenticity. raw honesty about how hard it is to keep love strong in a world built to break it. And whether Remy throws shade or Claressa stays silent, the message is still standing tall. Love is work, respect is key, and peace, that's the real flex. After weeks of chaos, interviews, think pieces, and social media detectives acting like they had backstage passes to everybody's business, things finally started to settle down. The blogs had moved on to a new scandal, and the frenzy that once surrounded Papoose, Remy, and Claressa began to fade into quiet reflection. But behind the scenes, that's where the real story started. Rumor has it, after all the online drama, Papoose and Remy decided to meet up privately. No cameras, no PR teams, no managers, just the two of them. And they say it happened late at night at one of their favorite spots in New York, the same restaurant where they used to go before everything got messy. And according to a close insider, that meeting wasn't about arguing or rehashing old wounds. It was about peace. When Papoose walked in, the energy was heavy but calm. He sat across from Remy, and for a moment, neither of them said a word. The weight of everything, the rumors, the hurt, the pride, it just lingered in the air. Then finally, Remy broke the silence. She told him, "You embarrass me, even if that wasn't your intention. The world thinks I'm bitter, but I was just hurt." And that was it. The truth. Raw, emotional, real. Papoose listened, and for the first time in a long time, he didn't interrupt. He didn't defend himself. He just sat there, nodded, and said, "You didn't deserve any of that. I was trying to lift someone up, but I should have known how it would look from the outside." That moment, that's when healing started. Because sometimes it's not about who's right or wrong. It's about owning your part and understanding someone else's pain. They reportedly talked for hours that night. No yelling, no accusations, just truth. By the end of it, Remy told him, "We've been through too much for this to be the thing that breaks us." And y'all, they hugged before leaving. No dramatic goodbyes, no paparazzi waiting, just two people remembering what love and history feels like when you strip away the fame and the noise. Meanwhile, Claressa Shields was handling her own storm with the kind of grace that only a true champion could. Her team had worked non-stop to redirect the narrative, back to what really mattered, her career, her legacy, her strength. After weeks of staying silent, Claressa finally posted a heartfelt video on her page. In it, she said, "When you're in the public eye, everything you do gets magnified. But I never let the world tell me who I am or what I stand for. I'm a fighter, inside and outside the ring. I'll always support love, I'll always support growth, and I'll always move with respect." That one statement was pure class. She didn't shade anybody, didn't fan the flames. She just reminded the world who she is. And y'all, her fans ate it up. The video went viral not for drama, but for the strength it showed. People commented things like, "This is how you handle rumors with grace," and "Claressa's focus is unmatched." And she backed it up too. Not even 2 weeks later, she was back in the gym training harder than ever for her next big fight. The focus, the determination, it was clear that no headline could break her stride. Her PR team made sure the next round of interviews was strictly about her discipline, her titles, and her vision for the future. Because let's be real, this story was starting to overshadow her athletic career, and her management was not having it. But here's the twist. Instead of dying down, the drama brought in new attention. Claressa's interview views tripled overnight. Papoose's name was trending again, and even Remy's old music started spiking in streams. The tea was messy, but it was also making everybody relevant again. A few days later, the three of them were spotted at the same event, not together, but in the same building. Cameras caught Remy and Papoose arriving separately, while Claressa showed up looking confident and unbothered. The tension in that room, ooh, you could cut it with a knife. Social media went insane. One fan tweeted, "They all in the same room, somebody better be filming this." Another said, "Remy smiled too tight, y'all, I can tell she ain't feeling this." But what shocked everyone was what happened next. Papoose finally broke his silence. He posted a video, calm, collected, classic Papoose energy. He said, "The internet loved to twist things, but I stand on respect. Every woman I ever shared space with, I've shown love and nothing but positive energy. Don't let gossip break what we build in real life." That statement alone shifted the tone online. Fans started praising him for staying mature and reminding people what grown man energy looks like. Claressa even commented under the post with a simple, "Respect always." And y'all, that one comment, just 2 words, restarted the entire rumor cycle all over again. The blogs were like, "Why she comment at all? Is that shade or support? Is Remy watching this?" It was like a never-ending loop of love, loyalty, and speculation. But the truth is, this whole situation showed how the media can twist positivity into chaos. One heartfelt conversation about healthy love turned into a full-blown gossip storm. Still though, deep down, fans couldn't help but feel inspired, because even through all the noise, the message from that interview stayed powerful. People kept sharing the clips of Papoose saying, "Love is what you build," and Claressa talking about choosing peace. It became bigger than the rumors. It became a movement. And y'all, that's the beauty of it. The internet can try to mess it up, twist it, turn it, and make it about drama, but real energy always shines through. Because when two people speak truth from the heart, even the gossip can't drown it out completely. So yeah, maybe the aftermath got wild, maybe